What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video from my channel. It's gonna be another car audio video. If you can't tell by what's sitting in front of me right now, don't mind all that. I just got back from a Christmas party, I guess you could say. I'm filming this on Christmas Day, but I'm gonna show you guys how to install subs inside of a CRV. This is a 2000. I don't remember what years are the same for the first gen style, but I'm just going to give not really like a quick rundown, but on how to do it. I already have it hooked up. I have two 12-inch Kenwoods here. They're both 800 watts. I've wired down to 2 ohms right now, running off of a 600 watt Jensen amp. I got it kind of cheap. I originally had a Kicker 400 watt amp hooked up to this, and it just it wasn't enough. And then I went and got that one. They're $100 brand new at Walmart, but I ended up going to an audio shop that sold amps and stuff. Got it for $47. But for Christmas, I ended up getting a 2500 watt power acoustic amp. Some people say power acoustic isn't good. It's a cheap brand. It's meant to be cheap, but a lot of people do run these, and I've seen them in bigger systems, more professional systems. They use them. They say they work good. I've seen them running some pretty big speakers. So I'm going to throw them in with these, because that amp still does not push full power for these, although I'm not going to be running full power. It's something better. 2500 watts for two 800 watt 12s. It'll do a lot better. But I'm going to show you guys kind of how to do the radio and stuff. Okay, so we're actually going to start off under the hood here. So as you can see, here's my power wire hooked straight to the battery, right there. I just have it hooked right to it. I took that screw off, or the nut, put it on there, screwed it back there. Yeah, put it back on, and I ran it up around to here to my fuse holder with, I think this is an 80 amp fuse, and I just have it self-tapered right here, because I ain't too worried about it. It's my beater car, whatever. And I have it running the whole way across to over here to a rubber grommet. Now, this is probably the second easiest, but I've only done two audio systems in two different vehicles. The one is the S10, which is the last video I did about the dash speakers, but it runs down right there. You come in here to under your dash, and it runs through up in here somewhere. You just have to make a hole with a screwdriver, fish it through, and feel for it. Once you have it, you pull it all the way through. I don't have it tucked down in here. I just have it running all the way back. And then I have my RCA cables right here, kind of hidden under the mat, and my remote wire is over here. Now, with this plastic, it doesn't run all the way back. There's a little bit of room that you can squeeze them through. My radio's not really put in the right way. Just, I have some, it's like some sticky sealant stuff for like doors to keep air from getting through, holding it in, and it actually works pretty well. It doesn't shake, doesn't vibrate. It does move a little bit, but not really when I'm driving, but you can't hear it. It sits pretty well. But I'm going to skip ahead to where I pull the radio out. So radio's out. Now for this radio, it's not one that I would recommend at all, although it was $120. It only has one sub input. So not the greatest, but I'll show you what I did to fix that. But I have the a single RCA ran right there. There's the wiring harness, and then it's ran to the factory wiring harness down in there. Everything's all spliced together, hooked up, everything runs fine. The other ones that aren't used are taped off. But whenever you get your radio and the wiring harness adapter to plug into the factory wiring, it'll give you a wiring diagram for the radio, like for what wires go to what, and then so will your adapter harness for the factory wiring. And then you just match them up with each other, you splice them, and you put a butt connector on them. I have PVC ones on there. The best ones to use are the ones that you can melt, which are the waterproof ones. You take a lighter to them or a torch, you heat them up, and they hold really good. But the blue, I don't remember which one it was, but the remote wire's hooked up. I have it running down through in there, and it comes down around. I'm just going to set this back in here. It just kind of goes down in there like that, and it comes out over here, and it runs down through the carpet. Same with how my power is and my RCA's. It just runs across along the floor. So that's the radio part. It's very simple. If you want a fully detailed video on it, go check out some other videos. I know there's videos on this because I watched one before I put my radio and stuff in. Real simple. I think it only took me an hour maybe to get everything ran and get the radio in. So it's not that hard. But we're gonna come back here now. So once you get everything ran, as you can see, my remote wire comes out over here, my RCA's and my power right there coming out of there. Now for the ground, you can kind of ground anywhere. Some people might ground in here. If I can get it open. Maybe not. But your suspension's right here. Hold up. Right there. You can ground anywhere in there, that's all metal. But I didn't. What I did was, I kind of went where the table is. Let's see if I can get this back on there. There. I kind of went where the table is down in here. And there's metal. Probably. Okay, so anyway, I have the old amp unhooked. You got the ground, power, remote. This is the 2500 watt power acoustic. Wrong side. This one has different screws than this one, obviously. So you just need a screwdriver. This might be too big, I don't know. Actually, no, it's good enough. But I would prefer getting an amp with these type of terminals on it. Way better connection, and you don't need some butt connectors, the fork style. But you just look at the amp, you hook your power to the 12 volt DC, the remote to the RAM, and your ground to the GND. Very simple. I'm going to do that quick, and then I'm going to come back in. Okay, and then once you get here, you got your negative and positives. And you got your speaker terminals. The negative, power, and remote's hooked up. What? Yeah. And then take your speaker wire and twist it to make sure you got good connection there. Everything's good. And make sure it's positive, positive, negative, negative. And my bronze is positive. So that would be.
I didn't even look at my phone. It was 45 minutes later.
Which one is that?
I looked up at the camera. Her daughter was sitting out here by the cruise. Sensor never went on. And I pretended like I didn't see her. Because it was 45 minutes after I got the message. And I'm like, I said, is your daughter coming? She said, yeah, she was there and left. I'm like, I didn't know she was here. She said, yeah, she came and she said she knocked on the door and nobody answered. I'm like, you have to open the door and come in. Or call the numbers that are on the wall.
Make sure one more time.
They're right beside the door.
Okay.
Call. She was too scared. Well, go somewhere else. I mean, what do you want me to do? I can't just like.
Alright, now once you get these hooked up,
I can't hear that door.
you should be all set. Okay, so now I have mine wired up. Everything's all hooked together. Don't have it turned on yet. If you have it, hook up your bass remote, your bass knob, which mine came with one, which that's the same way. Just hook it in right here and run it through on either side. And if you don't have RCA's on your new radio, you can also use this. It's a high input, and it just taps into your factory speakers, factory wiring. What was... That's pretty much it. As long as you have your RCA's hooked in, or that, you got your speaker terminals in the right spot, your remote, your ground, power, all hooked up right. Turn the key on, that should power on. If you want to, you can kind of hide it to make it look better. I don't really have it that way. And then, this already has fuses in it. Your adjustments for the tuning is all right there. Turn on the car all the way on, and you get some music going and you tune it. It's really simple, but here is the amp kit I got. It's 500 watts. That's what it's rated for, but it's 8 gauge. 8 gauge can run this. I should probably get 4 gauge, of being 2500 watts, but it's 30 bucks at Walmart. Comes with fuse holder, your cables, everything you need, all the wires. All this blue and white, these, the remote, all this, it came with it already, except for the speaker wires. That you have to get yourself. Just hook everything up, and there you go. This wasn't a too detailed video, but it kind of gave the basics. But once all this is hooked up like that, you just turn the car on.
It's weird how the credit cards work like that.
Turn your car on, get some music going, and adjust it. And that's pretty much it.